was listening to a podcast at work the other day, and it was all about forward momentum in your life. And I started thinking about it from like a musician's perspective, and I started thinking about the fact that I've been playing guitar for almost 35 years. I joined my first real band in 1993, and I just started thinking about how I've always been trying to move forward and do different things. And it also started to make me think about writer's block or being uninspired. I see people sometimes post on Facebook that they have writer's block. How do you get rid of writer's block? Stuff like that. So yeah, I just started thinking about all those things, and I started thinking about how, I love music. I love playing guitar. So once I bought my first guitar and started playing, I was just always trying to move forward. I never set out to be like, I'm going to be the greatest guitar player, or I'm going to be this shredder. That's not who I am as a guitar player, but I was always trying to move forward. I always wanted to learn new songs, just get better. And once I started getting into bands, I just always wanted to write music and try and move that band forward and just stay productive. And, there are a lot of factors that come in, whether it's the people you're playing with aren't as motivated as you are, or maybe you just don't have the right people. So there's a lot of factors to this, and I'm no expert on anything, but it just got me thinking. And I started thinking about writing music, playing music, getting better, trying to move forward, and just trying to keep the momentum, even when things get in your way and stop you in your tracks or kind of knock you down a notch. Can be discouraging, but I just always tried to keep pushing forward in one way or another. And then I started thinking about writer's block, and I personally don't feel like I've ever experienced writer's block. I have had times where I was uninspired, or I felt like things I was coming up with just weren't that great. And I think that's very normal and happens to everyone. And I feel like in those situations, I don't know if I really buy into the writer's block thing, because I feel like if you are a musician and you're serious about playing and you have some experience under your belt with playing and writing music, that you can always write something. Is every riff or every song always going to be your best riff or your best song? Of course not. But you can always come up with something. And even during the times where I was struggling a little bit, I might have to just set the guitar down for a bit. I don't feel like taking a week off is a good idea if you're in that position, because I feel like you need to push through it. And taking a large amount of time off is just going to probably get in your head even worse and make you wonder if you can do it. And so I always, sometimes I have had to just sit the guitar down. Okay, today's not the best day for me, or these ideas aren't the greatest. But one thing I can say too is that I can always come up with something. It might not be the best thing, but it could lead to something better. Or you could write a riff, and you have the beginning and the end, and you're just like, I don't know how good this is. Is this really good enough to be in a song, or blah, blah, blah. But, maybe if you come back to it, you'll make a change that will make you feel like, okay, this is something good. Or there's been times where I'd be like, okay, I thought about this riff in this order, but what if I take the ending and make that the beginning and then just add something else to it? And I've had it work out that way too. So I kind of feel like pushing through is the best way to handle it, even if you're not creating your best music. I feel like if you don't do that, you're just going to get in your own head, and you don't get any better by not playing. So some people might just mess around with a cover song. I don't usually do that because cover songs just aren't my thing. I'd prefer to just write something on my own, or maybe just run through the songs of whatever band I'm in. Just maybe hit the set list just to kind of get away from the creative process, and but keep active and keep sharp on your skills and on your set list for that band. For me, my love of music and playing guitar has just always kept me productive. like I said, whether it's for a band that I'm playing with, I'm either working on the set list, learning the other guys' music that they've contributed, or trying to create my own. So I've never had really a problem with being motivated to make music or to push forward, because even during the times when I wasn't feeling inspired, I would always just come back pretty quickly. I wouldn't take a long break, because I was always confident that I would come up with something, and I've never gone through a significant period of time where I just wasn't able to create anything, because I feel like I can always create something, and that something can be just a simple riff, could lead to a song for a band. Or sometimes when I'm not writing for a band, sometimes I just want to write some riffs. And so that's part of the reason I started this YouTube channel years ago. I just needed an outlet, because when you're in a band, you can always write for that band, but you're not always ready, or the other guys aren't always ready for the new material, or you're not always ready to record a new album. And so this was a way for me to keep creative, keep moving forward, keep writing new music. And eventually I bought Superior Drummer 3 and started putting drums to some of my riffs and just putting them up on YouTube just for fun. I knew it wasn't going to get shitloads of views or anything, but I didn't really care. I don't do this channel just to cater to what I think other people want. I use it to do what I want. And, that might not be the quickest way to grow your channel, but I don't care. I'm just doing what I want to do and trying to have fun doing it. And so yeah, getting Superior Drummer helped a lot. Even though I'm not a drummer, I'm sure a lot of the stuff I come up with, a real drummer would be like, yeah, I can definitely tell a guitar player created that. But it doesn't matter. It just keeps me productive, and I can put content out on this channel, write riffs. I mean, there's so many riffs on this channel that I wrote and forgot and will probably never see the light of day. There have been a few times I've taken some riffs and used them elsewhere. But I guess the whole point of all this is, the podcast I was listening to was talking more in life and work and family and all that sort of thing. But, I'm no life coach or expert on that sort of thing. So I just thought I'd kind of apply it to music and pushing forward, being creative, just always doing the best you can do. Don't worry about what other people think. Even with this YouTube channel, even though it's small, occasionally you get that one dude, he's, got to say something negative or, really get one in on you. And first few times it happened, it bugged me, made me mad. And then there were a couple times where I tell some of the stories kind of regularly, because it just cracks me up at this point that somebody would go out of their way to try and cut somebody down. And, one guy in particular, he hates my amp, he hates my guitar playing, he doesn't like the way I look. I go to his channel and he doesn't look that great. He certainly can't play guitar very great. So if somebody has reservations about putting themselves out there because of that, I get it, but at the same time, it's going to happen at some point, and you just can't let those people discourage you or knock you down. Just keep doing what you do and try to have fun doing it. And, if you love music and guitar playing like I do, then staying productive and moving forward and just having the most fun with it you can, I mean, that's all I'm in it for. So I guess to conclude this short video, I would just say, have fun making music. Just do the best you can do, be the best you can be. If music is important to you, work hard at being good at it. But at the end of the day, make sure you're having a good time. Don't let anybody discourage you. Just do what you want to do. You don't have to cater to what other people like or think. None of it matters. What matters is what you want to do, what you like to do, and you have a good time doing it.